Yes, chef.
Hello, orientation peeps. It's Chef Janet here, and we're doing a Q&A. And we got a phenomenal first question. I'm going to scroll back to it. Why is my orientation percentage saying 84% when it really should be at 100? Well, it's these live sessions, and right now they are triggered to show if you attend or watch the archive that you get more points, right? After this is over with, somebody is teaching me how to take that away so that you guys who have completed all the tasks in orientation, you'll get your 100%. So I hope you will see that before this night ends. Does that help, sir? I think I answered that, Edwin. Does that help, Edwin? You feeling good about that? Good. All right. So here's your opportunity. You can ask me any question. Just remember, don't put it in the chat because more than likely I won't see it. We're going to start with Brian. Brian, what's your question?
So my question is can you go over when assignments are due and when they're considered late?
Absolutely. So here we go. We're going to sort of rewind it a little bit back. I'm going to give you probably a lot more information that you need, but get those pencils ready. Our weeks are Wednesday to Tuesday. That's how our weeks work. Yes, there are exceptions. We'll talk about that later. But you guys need to know that our weeks are Wednesday to Tuesday. Typically, all practical class live sessions are on Wednesday. Typically, all core classes are on Thursdays. Right now, you're only going to have one class for the first 6 weeks, and it's on Wednesday. With that said, there are a number of tasks you guys want to accomplish on a daily basis. The first one is do the reading, do the research material. Make sure if you can't attend a live session, watch the archive as soon as possible. Matter of fact, I would say watch it before you try to prepare your food because there's lots of helpful hints and tips. The next thing is to plan your grocery shopping for that week. Remember, incorporate that into your weekly meal budget so that way, no surprises. And then by Sunday, I would say push for having your first assignment in. It's not due before Tuesday, but why would I say have that assignment in Sunday?
In case the internet crashes or Google crashes or Google Drive crashes.
Absolutely. Or what else? What else could be a great reason to get your...
Sorry.
Go ahead, Jenna.
In case we need to fix it or correct anything on it.
Absolutely. Still having problems with your folder? No worry, Ricardo. We'll do that a little bit later. So you want it, if anything possibly happens, by getting it in early, you have made sure that A, you've got your assignment in, and B, you've given yourself an opportunity to fix any problems. With that said, and I'll give you guys a story to help you really understand why being early is important. Thank you all, please and thank you. All right. So what you guys want to know is Tuesday is the deadline. Tuesday's the deadline. We do have a late period, but once you start going into the late period, you never catch up. Why would you do that to yourself? So ladies and gentlemen, I know that Tuesday is when everything's due, but when are you going to make sure your assignments are in?
Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday. Absolutely.
Sunday.
Sunday.
All right. Well, we've discovered that we can't unmute. That was a little painful. I hope you guys are okay. Oh, but yeah, type it and thank you. Yes, aim for Sunday. If you stay ahead, you will always be ahead. Who here wants to cater weddings? A couple of you are saying yes, that's right. Who is the most evil person in that wedding party?
The bride.
The bride.
Repeat it again, kids. Well, I'm going to say au contraire. The most evil person is the mother of the bride?
I just said that, Chef.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, Taylor. The mother of the bride, because she's paying for the wedding, right?
And she would want to take over a lot of the details, most likely.
Well, or she's at least saying, you told me dinner was going to be on the table at 6 o'clock. It is now 6:05 and you're a half hour late, because that's what they do. You know, they just make it bigger. So your job, start practicing now. You want to start being the professional you want to present to the world now. Being early means if the mother of the bride walks up to you and says, you know, I want salmon instead of chicken. If you're pretty much ready 2 days ahead, do you think you guys have enough time to change your order
Yes,
No.
and make
No,
that
Chef.
person happy, right?
yes.
Because the mother of the bride is never going to allow you to say, I'm sorry, that just doesn't work. If you can get whatever they want and still come out ahead, that's great. So your job now is, yes, I am planning so that my assignment is in on Sunday, because this is me practicing to be the professional I want to be. So can I get a deal on that one? A little pinky promise that you guys are going to do that?
Yes, Chef.
Thank you. Pinky promise. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And guys, it's helpful for you. Really it is. So you guys are saying to me, Chef, I only have Friday off. Well, guess what that's going to mean? That means you do the live session or the archive sometime Wednesday, early Thursday, and then you go in and you get your assignment done on that Friday. Cool? Chef, I have Tuesdays off. There's no way I'm going to be able to do a Sunday. Chefs never say no. Chefs figure out a way to make it happen. Now that's another thing for you guys to practice.
Time management.
Time management, right? I love that. Guys, I'm going to tell you another story. This is my friend. My friend came up here to help with the catering event. I couldn't do it. But so he came up to do the catering event, and my the flat top was supposed to have been fixed, but it wasn't. And he had to cook food for a party out in the middle of a farm. It was a farm wedding. What do you guys think he did? Because he couldn't say, I'm sorry, the flat top's broke. I can't do this for you. What do you guys think he did?
He made away.
He made it work. He made it work. So what he did, he turned a sheet pan upside down, put little sternos underneath, and he cooked the food on the bottom of the sheet pan. Chefs always find a way. So you guys, you want to be chefs? I do. Yeah?
Absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's all a mindset here, guys. It's all a mindset.
Yes, I do. I want to be a chef.
I love it. I love that. So remember that. So to get back to it, just because thank you. Just because the end date, you know, the due date is on Tuesday, your goal is Sunday. Your goal is Sunday, because you're chefs. Start thinking like it. I'm a chef. I'm going to make it happen. Cool. What's the next question? Edwin, what's your question? Let's see. Are you going to unmute? You can do it. You can do it. Edwin, unmute. You can do it.
Sorry guys. What time is the limit? You know, like we got Saturday or Sunday to, let's see, midnight, or what kind of hours we got to finish?
Oh, okay. So
prep?
are you asking what's the deadline, the actual deadline?
Yes, chef.
Okay, great, Edwin. All right. So the deadline is 11:59 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday nights. That's the deadline. How many of you have tried to log on and buy tickets for a concert that everybody wants to go to? Anybody here have ever done that?
I have.
Chef, but it's gonna be 11 midnight Central Time because I'm in Florida Eastern Time.
Right, so but everything's done Central Time here.
Everything is
Saying, I've never been
Central
to a
Time?
concert. So my point there is this: if you wait until 11:59 p.m. Central Time, how many other people are doing the same? And what usually happens when there's a ton of people trying to make something happen online?
Website crashes.
Yeah, the website crashes. So another reason to do things on Sunday. Yeah.
Can anybody?
Tanya, was that you? Did you say something?
I'll say something. This is Tanya.
Hi, what did you say, Tanya?
I was-
Yeah, I'm getting too much feedback. You might have to, I'm going to mute people.
I'm sorry. I'm using the phone, so that may be why it's doing that. I don't know.
If you're next to a computer, it'll do that as well. So what's going on, Tanya? What's your question?
I tried to get on do the folder thing on my phone, and I couldn't get the Google thing to download for me and stuff. I don't know how to. I think I might need some help to get in there to do it on my phone.
All right, so what we'll do is that's one of the things I'm going to be going over later tonight. So you hang tight. Right now, we're going to do just a general Q&A, and then after this, I'm going to go through the practice assignment again and make sure everybody's set and ready. Cool?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
ma'am. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. So if you guys have questions about the practice assignment, hold on to those until we go through the general questions. All right. So somebody just putting in there, I just noticed, yes, we do everything based off of Central Time Zone. The Central Time Zone is basically the middle of the country. Now, if you guys know, we have Eastern Time. That's like New York, Washington, D.C., Miami, Atlanta. That's the Eastern Coast and lots in between, right? And the Central Time, that's Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Chicago, Minnesota. That's all Central Time. And then we have something known as Mountain Time. That's me. That's where I live. So I'm an hour behind our normal time. And that's, Colorado, New Mexico, Montana, Wyoming. And then you guys will have Pacific Time. And your time zone is 2 hours. So what you guys have to understand is this. We do everything Central Time. Central Time, if you're on the East Coast, you're 1 hour ahead. If you guys are in Central Time, you're laughing. You are the exact time we do stuff. If you guys are in the mountains, you're 1 hour behind. If you're Pacific Coast, you're 2 hours behind. Everybody else, you're going to have to check and say, what time is it here compared to Chicago? So that way you know the time difference. Google is great for that. So use Google if you need to make sure and confirm your time zone versus what we use. So there you go. All right. Edwin, did you have another question or are you done?
I'm good, Chef. That was my question.
Thank you so much, Edwin. I'm going to lower your hand. Okay, Roger, what's your question?
Yes, ma'am. I want to know how we know when our stuff's being shipped.
Usually what happens is this. So I'm going to go a little bit more than you need to know, but lots of people are going through this process. All right. So first thing is, if you have a Chromebook, for them to ship it, you need to make sure you pay your deposit and set up your plan. You do that through student accounts. When your stuff is getting ready to ship, whether it's the Chromebook, the first kit, or the second kit, you will receive an email confirmation that gives you a tracking number so you know when it's going to arrive. Our typical shipping days are Fridays. All right.
Thank you.
You bet. For those people, I cannot read questions in the chat, so please don't put it there. You might have to help your friends learn how to raise their hand for me. Okay. Roger, thank you very much. I'm going to lower your hand. Kevin, what's your question?
Yes, hi. My question was, are we going to be getting all of our course material on Wednesday? So let's say if I wanted to submit my assignment that day after I got all the material because I only have Wednesdays off, I can do so.
Okay, so here we go. I think I understand your question. I have a little hearing problem. My apologies. So if I don't get it, we'll go back to it. When do you have access to your course material? Day one for the first 12 weeks.
So I'll be able to, so if I have just Wednesday off, I can do all of my project, everything, do all the reading, all that stuff on that Wednesday.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And remember that when this happens, that Wednesday it opens up, you're going to be able to do your knowledge check, your conversion checks, you can do your assignment, and you're going to be able to, start working ahead. Just remember that although you're going to be able to see what the whole 12 weeks is about, you guys will only be able to do the conversion check for that week, if that makes sense. I hope that answered your question. Yes, no?
I'm working full time.
Yeah, no worries, Kevin. That's why this program was set up that way. You might, well, I'm going to mute you. We're getting feedback. Oops, what is that? That's interesting. What is going on? Oh, there we go. I'm going to mute everybody. Thank you so very much. Okay, so what I would tell you there, Kevin, is also alert your educators and say, hey, this is the only day I get to work. Are there any pointers you want to give me? Because I'm going to do the assignment now. And that way, they'll start working with you immediately. Sound good, Kevin?
Perfect. Thank you, Chef.
You bet. Thank you. All right, so we're going to lower Kevin's. Tiffany Sales or Salas, I'm not sure which.
Sales. I have a question for you.
Hi.
I got my cutting board today, but I could only find 20 by 18. Is that okay?
Yes, so that you bring up a great point, Tiffany. Thank you so much. All right, so you guys have gone through all those beautiful shopping lists, and you say, look, I've got an 18 by 20 cutting board. Do I have to go out and buy this cutting board that's on there? Absolutely not. Go through that inventory and see if you've got something that is close to what we're asking for and use it. We do not want you guys to buy extra stuff. You guys try to make do with what you have and then buy what you absolutely have to. Somebody messaged me and said, hey, do I have to get this 6-gallon or 6-quart Sani bucket? No. You guys could take an old cottage cheese container, mark it really well for sanitation only, and use that. Chefs are cheap because we've got a budget and we want to put money in the bank so we can keep our business growing. I expect the same thing from you guys. So if you have to go shop, shop smart. Tiffany, did that answer your question?
Yes.
Right on. Thank you. Rashawn, what's your question? Rashawn, I hope I said that right.
I'm sorry.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm going back to the Central Time. So I know you said we have to go by Central Time. I'm in Eastern Time. I'm in Georgia. But what is the cutoff time again?
Okay, so in Central Time, it is Tuesdays at 11:59 p.m. But you're going to do what?
I'm gonna do Central. Right?
No, you're going to submit on Sundays.
Oh, okay. Of course, yes. I'm gonna submit it on Sundays. I don't have to work or anything on Sundays, so that's perfect for me. But I was just trying to make sure what time.
Yeah.
So you said 11.
Yeah, so 11:59 p.m. Central Time Tuesdays. But you guys just, ignore that I said that.
Yes.
It's Sundays. Make your life easier. There is nothing like being able to, okay, how many of you guys have ever tried to do Thanksgiving dinner all by yourself?
Oh God, that's horrible.
Right, right. Do you ever get to stop and sit down and enjoy that?
I do it all the time. It's fun.
Oh, you're one of those. Me, I'm going to say something to you every year. Val's going, I do that every year. Guys,
Yeah.
there is a certain point when you are going to want to sit down and enjoy the meal with your family or enjoy the meal with your company or whatever. And if you're back in there doing it all, you never really get to enjoy that holiday moment. Now, I am going to say this to you, which is maybe you don't want to sit down with your family, and that's why you do it all by yourself. But that's a whole nother thing. You guys are funny. You crack me up. Okay, here we go. Hang on. So, Rashawn, I think you're good. Then, yes, we're going to lower your hand. Benjamin Spencer, what's your question?
Hi, Chef. My question, I've also seen it pop up in the chat a little bit, is will the live sessions for our classes be on the same day every week?
Hold on. Will the live sessions be what?
Sorry?
Will the live sessions be what?
On the same day every week, and if so, what day will that be?
Okay, so you guys have two different sets of live sessions. Your first live session is the practical class, and it will always be on Wednesdays. Always be on Wednesdays. I can't tell you what time, but it will always be on Wednesdays. So that's the first thing. You have a second class that is interspersed throughout the program that will always be on Thursdays. That's your core class known as the business curriculum. So just know that. I can't tell you times because it changes from chef to chef, but your 12 weeks, your practical class will be on Wednesday at the same time. Was that good, Benjamin?
Yeah, thank you, Chef.
You bet. I'm going to lower your hand. Sasha.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, what's your question?
This is regarding the chef coat.
Okay, you need to step away from whatever computer you're by.
Okay.
That's where the feedback's coming from. You've got two different computers working.
Is it better now?
No. Step away from the car. You're all going, that's not funny, Janet. You're right, it wasn't. I'm sorry.
All right, let me.
There must be another computer. Is there another phone by you?
Yeah, something like that. All right, is it better now?
Yes, thank God.
I have a question with the chef coats. Is it the chef coats? Do they run big or they run small? Like, cause I know it says you measure around your chest area, but I didn't measure it like that. I just measure off my shirt size, whatever. Does it still work like that, or is it like?
I have had different people say different things to me, Sasha. So what I'll tell you is this: you have two things. You get it, and you guys can try it on. And if it doesn't work, you could take it to a tailor and get it tailored. If it's too small, you could send it back, and they'll send you a new coat. But I think they charge you for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. I've had people say, "Oh, it ran big. Oh, it ran small." So I can't give you an answer. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Chef.
You bet. Thank you. Taylor, what's your question?
Okay, so I know with the classes that we are taking that we also have to do taste testing with some of the ingredients.
Yes, correct.
How would that work if we have food allergies and we can't taste test?
I love that you asked that question. Okay, I'm going to mute you now, and then I'll answer that. So hang on. Okay, everybody. People have been muted. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of food out there. And some of you might have an allergic reaction, or you have a sensitivity, or you have guests who do. And this is the first thing we're going to say to you. We would never, ever ask you to eat something that would harm you. So remember that. So all you have to do is say, "Chef, I have a severe shrimp allergy. Is there an alternative for me to work with? Chef, I am allergic to rice. I'm allergic to soy. I'm celiac. What are my alternatives? Now, there are certain techniques that do require that you use the food that you have, that they say, you know. So it's to your advantage to know how to cook stuff. So always try to do that. Wear gloves. I wear a mask. I'm celiac, so I wear a mask so I don't have to breathe in the flour. These are things that you guys can do to help you. And but always get your chef educators involved so that they know what you're dealing with. Cool?
Yeah,
All right.
thank you, Chef.
You're welcome. Amber, what's your question? Amber Godfrey. Amber Godfrey. Okay. Clifton, what's your
There we go.
question?
Oh, no.
Oh, there
Sorry.
you are. Hi, Amber.
Sorry, Clifton. Okay. So kind of backing off of, I think it was Kevin's question. I know you said we can only see the knowledge checks for each week, but as far as the assignments, like, can we see ahead of time what we're going to be cooking for the whole 12 weeks?
You
so
should
that we can kind of be prepared?
Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay, wonderful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's just the knowledge checks and the conversion checks. Those just open up the week they're in.
Okay, but the actual assignments for all 12 weeks will be opened up?
Yeah,
awesome. Thank you so much, Chef.
You bet. You bet. Clifton, what's your question? Clifton Dixon.
I'm just double checking. Do we have any assignments? We don't have any assignments due for Tuesday, huh?
Well, you don't have anything until class starts on August 21st. So you're free right now. Yeah. Have you done your practice assignment to make sure you understand the technology?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I finished all that.
Perfect. All right. You're spot on. You're ready to go. You're coasting. All right. Hang on, guys. Here we go. All right. Tara Flores.
Yeah, by the way, it's Tara.
Tara. Yeah, you know you're going to have to say that to every educator you meet, right?
Yeah, everyone. It's nonstop.
Yep.
Anyways, my question's back onto the equipment on our list. Can we go to a dollar store to get our equipment?
Yes. Yes. Garage sales.
My boyfriend's saying no, but
Salvation Army. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Buying kitchen equipment can become a really nasty, expensive habit really, really fast. So if you're into gadgets, may I suggest Salvation Army, garage sales, Goodwill, Ruby Tuesday. So that way you can, costly but worth it. But as you're learning, get the equipment that's going to work for you and that if you damage it, you won't feel bad about it.
Thanks, Chef.
You bet. Yeah, you bet. Thanks, Tara. Okay, Brittany, your turn. Brittany O'Neill.
Hello.
Hello. What's up, Brittany?
Hi, Chef.
Hi.
I had a lot of questions because I wasn't able to join the live session last week, but I had like at least 4 of my questions answered by just listening to everybody else's questions. But I still have a question. So I couldn't log into my account at first, but I finally and it's showing me that I only got 76% of my orientation done, and I don't see any more arrows to where it needs to be done besides the 2 live tests that we have today and the one on the 25th. So
right. So
is that a problem? Is it an issue?
Brittany, don't worry about it. That what happened
Don't worry
was,
about it.
yeah, don't worry about that. If you guys are at 71% or higher, you're actually at 100%.
Okay.
It's those live sessions. They added them and messed up everybody's equation. So ignore that. What else?
Okay. Most of my questions already been answered. I did culinary arts in Michigan, and I'm re-entering the program through you guys, and I'm very excited to be here. And I'm sorry I missed the live chat last week and I didn't get to meet everybody. But hey, everybody,
Oh, that is awesome. Guys, hello, hello. Yes, absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. Well, we still have tons of questions, guys, so let's keep going. All right. Latoya. Oh, wait a minute. Brittany Salas. Brittany Salas. Brittany Salas. I hope I said that okay.
Yeah, you said it fine.
Oh, hi. How are you? What's your question?
I'm good. How are you? So my question was just about getting the Chromebooks.
Yeah.
So what do we actually have to do? Like, where do we have to go on the website to actually get the process of getting them?
That is a really great question. I'm going to share my screen and show that to you all right now. So hang on. Here we go. So you guys are going to log into your course, your class page. And what's totally cool about this is this little bar up here on the top. So you've got these little 3 bars here. It opens and closes that left tab. That expands the stuff. This tells you where you've been. Here's your help desk. Hey, Tech and Help Center. Then you have resources, catalog, videos, all really wonderful stuff. Financial aid. Oops, I just clicked on that. I didn't mean to. Go back. Go back. Come on. And next to financial aid are these 3 little dots. You're going to click on that, and it says student accounts. You guys are going to go there, and you're going to reach out to student accounts, and you're going to say, hey, I'm interested in a Chromebook. And you can call them, or they do have a way, I believe they used to have a way. So call them up. They are extension 2, right there, extension 2. So toll-free number, extension 2, and you're going to say, I am interested in the Chromebook. How do I get this? And as people have said, you have, Mark, yay! You have to give a deposit. Once they have that deposit and set up a payment plan with you, they will ship the Chromebook to you typically the following Friday. You will get an email with a tracking number. How'd that work, Brittany?
Okay, thank you. That was pretty much all I had questions about.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Latoya Thompson. Latoya?
Hey, Chef.
Hi there. How
What's
are you?
going on, Chef Jake? What's happening?
Hi.
Question.
Do I get to call you Chef L? Hi, Chef L.
No, you can call me Chef T for Toya.
All right. Hello, Chef T. Hi.
What's
How are you doing?
Extra credit. What can we do for extra credit?
Well, I'm going to first say one thing to you guys. Before you ever ask your instructor for extra credit, make sure you got everything else wired. That's the first thing. So, you know, if you've missed, 8 or 9 assignments and then walk up to the chef and say extra credit, the chef is literally going to say, do your assignments first, man. Don't ask for extra credit, do your assignments. So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Extra credit is given for people who really do want to push the envelope and they're trying to get better. So if you're going through each week and you're going, this was a little bit easy, reach out to your educators and say, could you give me something extra to do? And they will find something for you. And if you do really well, they will probably give you extra credit. At the end of the course, we also have something known as beautiful surveys where we give extra credit there. And the chefs throughout the block will also throw out little exercises and competitions for you guys to get extra credit. So there are ways to do it. And if you're someone who actually needs to push the boundary and take on more than what's currently being offered, talk to your instructor. They love that. Cool?
Yeah, that's what I meant about extra credit, that you do your work first, and then if you wanted to, you're passionate about it and you wanted to push more, that's what I meant. I'm not talking about extra credit where you don't do your work and you trying to catch up.
Well, I always like to, I don't assume that people understand, so I always try to give you the full story.
Appreciate that.
You
There's
bet.
nothing
Thank you.
with understanding. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It was a great question. Edwin, you've got a new question.
Yes, Chef. When you say it's a practice class on Tuesday, if I miss that class because I'm working Eastern time 3 to 12 every day on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So how I can, if I miss the class online, the class in the online, is anything I can do after all that?
Yes, and I'm going to say this to everybody again because this is really important for you guys. And it's this. I'm going to mute people. Here we go. It's this. Ladies and gentlemen, the live sessions are truly important to you. But we know that it is really hard for some people because of their job to attend the live sessions. So we always record them so that you can watch them at a time that's a little bit more convenient for you. So Edwin, you get off at midnight. My suggestion is at that time, if you're still awake and ready, to log in and watch the live session when you get home. If not, watch it in the morning or your lunch break or something like that. But always make time. If you can't make it to the live session, watch the archive. And we're really, really good about getting those loaded before we go to bed at night. Every once in a while, technology is not our friend. And so it might take until the following morning, but we work really hard so that that archive is ready for view as fast as possible. Good, Edwin? Yep, good. Thank you. All right, Joshua Holloway.
Hi, Chef.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I got an email today. I was assigned my student success coach, Armando.
Yeah.
And now, is it required for us to have a meeting weekly, or is that up to me? And if I have questions, do I still come to you, or do I go to him for questions?
It depends on what the question is. The wonderful thing about our student success team is they're there when you need to talk to someone who might have a better understanding of life issues. The instructors, we get it. We also end up being really focused on your education, but there might be something going on in your life that may be a little bit above our level. So that's your success coach. You know, if you're having time management challenges, you could start with us, but you might want to go to your success coach to get a little bit more detailed. The personal life circumstances such as, I've just become homeless. You know, the chef instructors are going to be able to say, oh man, that sucks. But we're not going to be able to get you the resources that might get you out of that. Your success coach can. Does that make sense, Josh? And no,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
don't need to talk to them weekly unless you really dig them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
thank
would
you.
suggest just a quick text. Hey, Armando, everything's cool. And then, bye, baby. And then move on, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Chef.
You bet. Thank you. Hey, let's do that. Mute you. And John Burton.
Hi, Chef.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm good. So this question kind of is a little forward-leaning.
Mhm.
Reading through the weekly equipment needs, I've
Yes.
noticed there's like white plate, white bowl. Is that for plating purposes? It has to be white?
Yeah, yes, and I'm going to give you a reason why you want to do something that's white leaning. Hold on. Let me. And then I'm going to, Sydney, once I answer this question, I'm going to need you to take over because my dogs are going crazy for a reason. We probably have someone trying to climb up the back balcony. I need to take care of that. All right. So, John, the white plate and the white bowl basically has to do with us being able to see your work. If there's a lot of extra stuff on it, it's harder to really see in detail the technique that you're learning. So we like a white plate. Does that mean, guys, that you know, your plates are white except for the little gold rim? Fine, fine. but try to go to like a Goodwill or a garage sale and get something that is as close to white as possible, because it helps us see what you're doing and give you great feedback. Sydney and Mark, I'll be back in a second. Can you take over? You can introduce yourselves. I'm going to give Mark the co-host.
Thank you.
This is Sydney, everybody. She's our tutor.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sydney Wilson. I actually graduated this culinary course just last November, so I know everything you'll be going through. I understand the struggles. And like Chef Janet said, I am a tutor here at Escoffier. I am here specifically to help out in any way that I can. There will be a link to my calendar where you can set up an appointment or send me a text, give me a phone call, whatever the case may be, so we can get together. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and start Robert Crean. All right, Robert, what's your question?
Oh, mine was just about the live sessions, if we had to be there, but I think it was answered previously because I work on Wednesday through Friday. So.
You know, a lot of people have those scheduling issues, and believe me, this question will probably be asked several more times. So the live session is definitely encouraged for you to show up. That way you kind of get to know your chef face to face as well as your other classmates. However, right after the session is ended, all the chef instructors are really, really good about uploading the archive or the recording of the live session, and there's a link that's going to be right underneath where the live session option was. So let's say you get off at midnight and you want to go and watch it at 2 o'clock in the morning. Go watch it at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can make it at 4 in the afternoon, make it at 4 in the afternoon. But the benefit of this is not only do you know everything that was discussed, you also hear questions you might have that somebody else answered or asked, and you get attendance for showing up and watching the archive, even though you didn't make the live session. So that will definitely help out in many ways as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sydney. Thank you, Robert. All right. All right, hang on there. You know, Sydney said something really interesting, which was attendance. Yes, we take attendance. And it's important that you guys know that you keeping your attendance current is to your benefit. The way you get your attendance is that you guys you watch the live session or you watch the archive. That gets you, that pings the system that you've logged in. You look at your research materials and that get attendance. You submit your assignment, that gets you attendance. You guys do the conversion or the knowledge check, that gets you attendance. So what I'm going to say to you guys is this: if you set it up so that you log in and do something that gets you your attendance every 3 days, you guys will always be in a happy place. Typically, people who aren't in a happy place get a message from me. Usually it's a text and then it's a phone call. And I want you guys to look at me as your mother. And if I don't hear from you, I've reached out and I don't hear from you, I will think you're on the side of the road in a ditch with the fire going and the wolves snapping at your heels. And I am my mother. I think the worst. So put me out of my misery and please respond. All right, thank you. Somebody asked what happened to the dogs. Yeah, it was a bear. My dog was going nutso. So yeah. All right, so let's keep going. Roger Colfax, what's your question?
Do you have to stay the whole hour of the live session to get credit for the live session?
No, but you would stay the whole hour for the live session so that you get every ounce of information that's offered. Or you would make sure you'd watch the archive.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Roger. All right, Andre.
Hey, how you doing, Chef?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
All right. Now, I don't, about SASER, do we have anything that's going to help us with the SASER test?
Okay, we don't offer that. However, what we teach you gets you prepared so you can take it.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
It's a great question. Somebody put in here something about what happens if the archive freezes. It does happen, technology, right? My suggestion is go all the way through, then go all the way back to the first 10 minutes, watch the first 10 minutes and make sure you always hit confirm. Always. Hope that answered it. Amber Curtis.
I'm sorry, I was away from my phone. My question was, I was called yesterday because I was told that my practice assignment still wasn't submitted correctly, but in the app on my student login, it showed that I had got a feedback from my what I submitted, and it didn't say if there's anything wrong with this. I just wanted to know if it was submitted correctly or not, because I had re-looked at how to do it, and I thought I did it correctly.
Hang on, too much noise. Gotta make sure people are that. So Amber, what we need to do is have you either.
Chef, I already looked it up for you. Amber, you're fine.
Amber, you're fine. There you go. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. All right, William Downing. Thanks, Mark.
Is it a certain time? Is it a certain?
William, you need to step away from whatever computer you're next to. Please, I beg you. Okay, now try, William. Are you away from that computer?
Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're not. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. He's going, I don't know what's going on. You're next to a computer. It's the battling computers.
Can you hear me now?
Go further. William, you might want to type it. And then somebody will read it for me. Sorry about you. Yeah, you keep trying. You'll get there. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you. You're going to have to type it, my friend. Wherever you are, it's too hard. I'm so sorry. Hey, Kevin, what's your question?
Yeah, Chef, my question is this. I have some continuing education credits from the ACF. Would those be accepted?
You would have to deliver those to the registrar and see if they're accepted. I have no idea. That's our record keeping people. So I would send them to them. It's registrars@staff.escoffier.edu.
Excellent. Thank you, Chef.
You bet. Thank you. Tiffany Salas.
I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
I don't get paid again till next month, and I don't got a white plate. What should I do about that?
You work with what you have and make sure your educators know what's going on with you.
Okay.
Yep, easy peasy. We're chefs. We make things happen. Yep, there you go. Martha Stevenson. Martha?
Okay, you hear me now?
I can, thank you. Hi there.
Hi, I was trying to figure out how to, get into this group chat with y'all, but my daughter came and helped me.
Oh, you got it figured out right on. Welcome, Martha, to the group chat. And
Yes,
Martha, a nice
else.
little hint. If you click on a person's name, you can have a private conversation with them too.
Okay.
So have some fun. Go around, say hi. You're right. And remember, and you can go back to everyone if you want to do a general question. All right. Taisha is saying she's tried to do it on the phone. The phone is a little different, and the buttons are in a different place. Yeah, I try not to do that. All right. Tara. Did I do it? Tara Flores. Did I do okay?
Yes, you did.
Whoops, hold on, Tara. I clicked the wrong button. Now it's your turn. Go for it.
It's Doug. I have two questions. One off the plate. Can we use holiday themes like decor or garnish?
That's between you and your educator. Ask
Okay.
them. Yeah, ask them.
And then black nitrile gloves, okay to cook with, do you think?
Say it again, what?
Black nitrile gloves, are they okay
yes.
to cook with? Okay.
Yes, sure, absolutely. I got people who are now private messaging me. You guys are right. All right, everything, Tara, yeah, the black nitrile should be fine. And you're doing that because of allergies?
Partially because of allergies and because nail polish.
Right.
I'm addicted.
Yep. Well, yeah, and you don't ever want to have nail polish in food. It doesn't get you that extra boost in the money sales department. So yes, wear gloves. All right.
Thank you.
Please, excuse me.
Where'd she go?
Whew, I feel better. It was a big sneeze too. The whole thing, the room just blew. All right, Clifton Dixon, you have a question, sir.
Yes, ma'am. What's the deadline for getting marked for attendance if we watch the archive?
You want to get attendance every 3 days. So you do something on Wednesday, do something on Friday, do something on Sunday, and do something on Tuesday, and you'll be great. Thank you. Whoever said bless you. Thank you. All right, Jeremy.
My question is, what is the, I guess, the success rate of this program? I guess, or the dropout rate?
Oh, you know, it depends on where you are in the program, but we have a fairly decent success rate. Usually what happens is during conditional enrollment, that first 4 weeks, that's when people really decide if they're committed to this. And I will tell you guys, it's all about a mindset. So, you know, I don't have figures for you, Jeremy, but I can tell you if we start 500 students, we typically we maybe have about a 20% drop rate in those first 4 weeks. Hope that helped.
Thank you.
You bet. Chef Makia. Or is it Makia? Hello? Chef, you there?
Yeah.
Makia?
Hi, Chef. I would just like to say hi, I'm Marie. I lost you the last time, so I just want to let you know I'm joining in the party.
Love it, Maria, and welcome. Welcome everybody to Escoffier. It's so nice to see you. Thank you. All right, I can't seem to get Chef Makia, so I'm going to mute and lower that hand. And if you have a question, just put it in the chat. Richard, what's your question? Richard Simmons. Oh,
It's Ricardo.
Sorry, Ricardo. Ricardo, what is your message?
I was just wondering about the question I sent the chat to you earlier about my folder. That's really been blowing my mind lately. Is
Okay.
it cool to like just specifically speak with my student success counselor and have him like slow walk me through it? Is that a
Absolutely not
possibility?
necessary. So we've got about 5 more minutes of this session, and then I'm going to stop the recording and we're going to look at the practice assignment for anybody who wants to do that. So hang tight, Ricardo. We are so close. And as I said, we're winding this up, everybody. So we're going to take these last few questions and then we're going to call it a night. But of course, if you have questions, you send them my way. Carol Ann Kempf.
Good evening, Chef.
Good evening.
I have a question about financing the shopping list.
Okay.
I don't make a lot of money, and it just seems so large to me right now.
Right. Okay. So there's a couple things you want to do. We typically say budget $10 a week. Yes, there might be a week where you go a little bit over, but we have it set up so that you're able to say, one of the things you guys are going to be doing is fabricating a whole chicken. And you're going to be able to take these parts, put them in the freezer, and use them later. So, Carol Ann, one of the things you're going to want to do is certainly talk to your student accounts. Make sure you've gotten all the financial aid, so talk to financial aid and really make sure you've explored those avenues. And then on top of that, for you guys, look at what you have there. If there's something you might not have, remember, we focus on technique. So you could negotiate with your instructor. Look, you want me to saute potatoes and all I've got are carrots and that's all I can afford right now. Talk to your chef instructor so that there might be alternatives available to you. But do plan your weekly meal around what you're prepping. So this week you guys are doing a ton of potatoes. Well, next week you're going to do a ton of potatoes. So build that in to your repertoire. Matter of fact, you can make a terrific potato soup and freeze it so that when your budget is a little bit shaky, you've got that potato soup in the freezer that you can pull out. So think forward. How can I use what we're doing for as long as I can? Waste nothing. And you'll be a pretty fantastic chef and people will love you because you are able to come in under budget and cook great food. Cool.
Yes, my husband tells me you make something out of nothing. And that's what I do. But, I'm just curious about, because there's like equipment and stuff on there as well. And I'm just like, wow, how am I going to finance all of this? Because, I love the online factor and it's wonderful. I've been in online school for 2 years already, but the chef is where I want to be. And can I do that minimum budget? And so I did speak to financial aid about it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be the first step I would take just to make sure you're in a good place. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Carol Ann. All right. Joshua Holloway.
Yeah, Chef, I just had another quick question. Just wanted to clarify, Wednesday, we will be submitting pictures of us in our uniforms, correct?
Not on Wednesday, but when
Not
you
on Wednesday?
submit your assignment. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you guys something. You guys are going to be meeting Chef Caesar on Tuesday, and he did this wonderful photo for me so that you guys can see. So the first thing I want to show you guys is when you guys do your assignment, one of the things I want to make sure you guys are doing is you show the bucket, make sure we're able to see that there's liquid in the bucket. Do date it, say what week you're in and what date it is, and then show your test strip right down there. That's a really marvelous thing to do. And then when you guys are doing your uniform shot, top to bottom, he's got his hat on, trousers, chef coat, he has shoes on down below there, and he's got, again, what week it is and what date it is, and it just helps keep it going. So the way your assignment works, Joshua, is you will have something that you're cooking or making. You guys will end up having a selection of photos to take, as well as that narrative you'll be able to fill out. So what I would say to you guys is, Wednesday opens up, do your research materials and do a review of that assignment that is due, although we say Tuesday, you guys are going to get it on Sunday. And you know what you need to do. And then you go to that live session and listen to the tips and tricks and encouragement that the instructors are going to give you. And then you're going to be able to move forward. Part of those photos will always be, every week, a new photo, a new sanitation photo, and a new uniform photo. Good, Joshua?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Chef.
You bet. I'm a little over thorough, but that's what I do. LaRon McCoy.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Hi there.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
I wanted to know. I had looked at the archive from Tuesday. You know I was talking about how we're supposed to be dressing our hair and everything. I got a whole lot of hair. I keep it up, wrapped up like this.
Perfect.
Okay.
You're perfect. That's perfect.
All right.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you so much. Great question, Laron. Thank you. All right. Somebody just asked me how, I want to know, does it matter what kind of potatoes we get? Amberly, I would get with your chef educator on the live session or message that person now and say, hey, what potatoes should I get? I don't want to misspeak. I'd probably say, oh, any old potato's fine. And then Chef Luke messaged me saying, you told them the wrong potato. So check in with your chef educator. Andre, last few questions, guys.
Okay, upon graduation, can we come to like the main campus or walk across the stage, or how would that be?
I want to know about graduation. Okay, once a year we hold graduation at the Boulder campus. Once you are in good standing and graduating, you guys are going to be able to walk across that stage. I hope you do, because I usually dance and sing, and I would love to dance and sing at your graduation. So make it happen, okay? Woohoo! Yeah, yeah. There you go, Andre. Is that good?
That's wonderful. Thank you, Chef.
You bet.
I need a vacation anyway.
No, I love it. Love it. All right, Sasha.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, what's your question, please?
I want to know when should we start buying the stuff on the list, on the supply list?
Well, it's broken down in weeks. So each week, that's what you're looking at. So don't go and buy all your fresh food at once, because by week 12, it's going to be icky. So what you guys want to do is just do it 1 week at a time and budget that way. So that way it allows you an opportunity. Now, if you've had a windfall and you got like a couple $100, boom, you can go crazy on the equipment. But definitely buy the food weekly. All right, good, Sasha. Okay, Andrea.
I was just gonna say the shopping list is overwhelming because everybody is looking at it in its entirety. But if they break it down in the weeks and they actually look at the stuff that's on it, it's not that scary, guys, for real. It's really not that scary.
That's fair. That's wisdom there, folks. That's wisdom. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Was that your question?
Yeah, it was just a statement, no question.
I love it. Tara, thank you.
Yeah, I was wondering, with the outfit that you wear, are leggings okay?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're now going to see the serious part of Janet. Ladies and gentlemen, I was horribly burned in my youth because I wore leggings and I couldn't get them off my legs fast enough. So I took skin with me. Tara, you can wear leggings, but it's really not a smart move. You want something that's baggy, that allows air between you and your legs. So if something happens, like hot oil gets spilled, you will still be safe. There is nothing worse than an oil burn.
All right, I was just wondering because all I have are jeans and leggings.
You know what? There is Amazon. If you have access to Amazon and a credit card, you could probably get an inexpensive pair of chef pants.
Or I could go to Walmart too.
Yep, go to Walmart. But you want something that's kind of roomy as opposed to skin tight. I know all the ladies are going, but I can't show off my gorgeous whatever. Or the gents are saying, I can't show off my gorgeous whatever. I don't need to be sexist here. Ladies and gentlemen, your health is far more important than your looks. I'm just saying. Otherwise, you will look like me. So don't do that. Okay, kids, we've got Brittany and Martha are our last people, and then I will how do we know which chef we'll be assigned to? So guys, if you write me a note in the chat, I really can't see it. You will know on Wednesday, August 21st, when the classroom is open to you. All right, Brittany O'Neill.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, Chef. My question is, okay, so our school week start on Sunday and end on what day? I missed the days you were saying earlier.
They start on Wednesdays. They go until Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Your goal is always to get your assignment on Sunday, so you got a little wiggle room.
Yeah, but he don't do.
Okay, and what days did you say we had to submit our pictures?
You need to submit your assignments, although we say you have until 11:59 p.m. Central on Tuesdays. We are encouraging you guys to submit on Sundays. Submit on Sundays. You want to be, okay, I'm going to say it again. You want to start practicing now at being the chef you want to be. And great chefs are early, always. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chef.
You bet. Martha, you're my last one. I hope we can get William's question. William, you might want to message me.
Okay, what I was asking.
I hear you. It's just not too loud. What's going on?
What I was asking was, when will we know who our chef is, who our instructor is, and when, if we want to go out and buy the potatoes, how will we know, how will we measure them?
Okay, so on Wednesday, August 21st, you will be assigned to your classroom. And that's usually by the midnight, right? Midnight on the 21st. You guys could get on, if you're so interested, I'm gonna mute people. Sorry, too much noise. And if you guys, you could get on and you could see who your instructor is, and you're going to be able to message them immediately. And you guys can say, hi, what's going on here? Can you give me some information? More than likely, your instructor is going to say, come to the live session tonight. We're going to talk all about that. Cool, Martha? Thumbs up? Yep. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our Q&A is over. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. If you guys, good night, everybody. If you guys need to stay to go through your practice assignment, we'll do it off the recording. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time, Sydney and Mark.
Good night, everybody.
Support.
Good
night, Chef. Good night. Good night.
Thank you,
Good night, everybody.
See y'all Tuesday. Good night.
If you're ever in Indianapolis, stop in
Good night.
the Missing
Good night,
Brick.
Chef.
Some dope pizza. All right.